coming up.
I ask creators the kind of questions HR would definitely approve of. Then I throw in a few wildcards just to keep them guessing. This week's guest is...
101 Bronson.
I'm not 101 Bronson, but I know someone who is. Hello, Jeff.
Hello, and that thumbnail didn't look a lot like me, but
I think I was laughing as I looked at it because I think I may have touched it up a bit too much.
very complimentary. Yes, yeah.
I just touch, and not that you need touching up. Well, hang on a minute. Is that's not a good phrase? We all need touching up at some point, but I don't know. I need something. I need to get rid of a few greys for certain. It's funny as I'm teaching myself Photoshop, I'm maybe getting a bit carried away with certain things. Rob and Gareth certainly had a similar what's the word, comment to make. But yes, thank you so much for doing this. For those who haven't watched this, no, it's awesome. I've chosen channels and people that I like and enjoy, and you know, our channels have been connected quite a lot over the last couple of years, and I've really enjoyed that. I think that for people who haven't seen this before, the first half of this is kind of talking about your journey on YouTube, where you fit, your little corner of YouTube, and how you fit within that. And then the second half, well, things go off the rails a little bit, and we talk about nonsense and stuff and things. So I don't know which side of that you're more worried about, or if you don't seem like the kind of guy who'd worry about either of them, to be honest, Jeff.
No.
We're in a safe place together.
We'll be okay.
Yeah. So, but for my first question is like, tell us a little bit about your channel and what inspired you to start it.
Well, it's kind of a long story. I guess we have time, but I sort of started with a different channel, like way back when I was 10, 11, 12. I started with doing something that was on a previous channel that no longer exists. Then when I was about 14, 15, so on that first channel I already did like movie related stuff. Like I was a big geek of everything that had to do with James Bond when I was a kid, and I still am actually. But it's kind of developed more like beyond Bond, but Bond is still there at the core. But that's kind of developed obviously. But no, I was already doing movie related stuff on there, like Bond collection stuff and all that. I was already building a collection way back then. Then when I was 14, 15, I saw well, a little bit before that, I saw the Clint Eastwood, Sergio Leone Dollars Trilogy films, Fistful Dollars, A Few Dollars More, The Good, the Bad, the Ugly. I really dug those films. I was like, hey, those are cool. Then I heard there's another one called Once Upon a Time in the West. And I was like, I gotta check that one out. And I saw that and I was like, holy shit, this film is amazing. This is a masterpiece. And that was my first introduction to the channel mascot, Charles Bronson. So that's when I became a fan of Bronson, through that film. And I was like, well, this Bronson guy is very underrated. So the next channel I started, which is the one I still currently have, is 101 Bronson, dedicated to Charles Bronson. So it kind of started as like a tribute to him, because I was like, oh, this guy needs more exposure. This guy needs more, a little bit of spotlight. So it kind of developed from there. But initially it was like, just do Bronson related stuff, like top 10 Bronson videos, top 10 Bronson scenes, all that stuff kind of developed. Like doing mixed genres now and mixed, all kinds of films and all that stuff. Because my taste and everything has developed as well since I was a teenager. So that's kind of how it started. Yeah. And now just doing movie reviews, movie rankings, watch parties with yourself, with Gareth, and all kinds of fantastic people. So it's really developed since there. Yeah.
Totally. I mean, you like the sort of the Pacino themed videos, and so much going on the channel. I often ask people if their channel fits their personality, and just from you saying that, I mean, obviously the answer is yes. Your personality in terms of like, the films that you were into, I think when you were younger, like quite atypical for the age you were when you got into them. Would you say?
Yeah, I guess kind of. Yeah.
Yeah,
Growing
like
up,
almost
when
like
6, 7 years old, it was always Bond and Rocky, and kind of fell from there. And when I was 11, I saw Scarface for the first time. That made me the Pacino fan that I am. So
yeah.
you can say I was a little too young for that film, but I turned out well. I'm guessing.
Yeah, I'm a pretty well-adjusted guy. Yeah, yeah. It always fascinates me that how people come to certain genres or types of films, and often it's obviously what we're exposed to when we're young and the things that really connected with us. It's funny you talk about Rocky. I remember being back when you could just choose a movie to watch in school at the end of the year, and I remember being about around the same age and taking in Rocky 3, and the teacher was just like, yeah, no problem, and let us watch it. And then afterwards, all the kids were just going wild, like punching each other and like scrapping in the cloakrooms. And I was just thinking that would never happen now. It's kind of cool that there was a bit more of a relaxed attitude to, oh, that looks cool, let's watch it.
It's funny you should say it, because I was the same way. After there was like a movie at school, I was the one that brought the movie. I was like, guys, let's watch this movie. So I introduced kids to like Rocky and all that stuff. And even in middle school, I introduced people to Scarface. I was like, yeah, even though it says it's a 16, 16 and over, still it's age. It's 40 years old, whatever. It's it's not as violent as movies nowadays. He said, hopefully.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's somewhere there's like an 8-year-old taking Terrifier into school, and they're like, "Sorry, sorry, this doesn't have
Yeah, that'd probably be yeah. Yeah.
So, do you think that now you're kind of doing the same thing? Do you have an audience that's receptive to or has found you because they're interested in the same things, or do you find that you're kind of showing them films that they haven't seen before and going, oh, I know it's older, I know it's 70s or 80s or whatever, but you're gonna love it, or a bit of both?
Yeah, I hope it's a bit of both. I hope that I know for a fact there's definitely plenty of like-minded people like yourself, like again Gareth, Alucard, all the fantastic people you've had on the show already. Just to name a few, of course. And I hope there's also like younger generations that discover like our channels are like, hey, these older films with Charles Bronson, these old spaghetti westerns that Jeff in particular loves so much. There's something to these films. I hope there's a bit of both there. So yeah.
Yeah, do you feel that like because when I'm doing cultural fit questions in schools, this might not quite fit with YouTube, but like I often ask people about what roles they see themselves in. Like, are they like a leader and kind of showing people how to do things, or are you like an innovator trying to show it in a different way, or is it just like an entertainer, or are you an organizer? Because I know that, like, for example, your Pacino things, they're always really well organized. It's like, let's go from this point in his career and let's take you to the end. Like, let's not miss anything out. Let's make sure everybody knows that there's some stinkers, but there's some really great ones as well. And there's maybe some great ones you haven't seen for a while. So like, where do you kind of see yourself in that? More like a leader, an innovator, an organizer, an entertainer? Like, what do you want to be when you're putting a video out?
Well, in the case of the Pacino reviews, where I review pretty much all of the films from his career, like from beginning to end, like from 1971's Panic at Needle Park all the way up until, well, I guess this year's The Ritual. When it comes to that, I try to be informative first and foremost. I want to tell people about these films. I mean, even if it's a film that pretty much everybody knows, like The Godfather. I mean, I don't need to tell many people about The Godfather, hopefully. There's maybe some people out there that might not have seen it, but it's few and far between, I guess, when it comes to a classic like that. I try to be informative first and foremost, but hopefully, of course, I'm also entertaining. That's, of course,
I think so.
That's the goal we go for. Try to be informative and entertaining. I suppose kind of a little bit in the leader group. Like I want to, hey guys, check out these films and these. Especially a film like, see if I can think of one off the top of my head. Like one of the recent ones I did, Stand Up Guys from 2012 with Pacino and Christopher Walken. It's a very underrated film. Not many people talk about it, but it's actually pretty solid. Except for the ending, I can see the ending is a bit of a bummer to people. It's kind of like a Butch Cassidy Sundance Kid kind of ending, like an open kind of ending. We don't quite know what happened, but other than that, it's a very well made film with great performances. So I'm like, guys, this is a pretty good one. This has the 101 Bronson seal of approval, so check it out. You know, it's one of those things. Yeah.
Yeah, I've definitely there's been some that maybe have gone past my kind of past my eyes very quickly, and then I've kind of forgotten about them, and then you've gone, oh, there's this film, and I've that's a really good example. There's a couple, certainly with Pacino, if we use him as an example. There's a few comedic ones that sometimes have gone before I've really had time to process if they were any good or not.
Well, there's one very terrible one with Adam Sandler, but let's not get into that.
Yeah, that one has definitely gone, and I know that. Yeah, I wasn't too keen on watching.
The sooner you forget that one, the better. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you ever get anybody giving you criticism for the things you watch, such as if it's say That's My Boy or something, and they're like, why are you even discussing this piece of crap or whatever?
No, I haven't really had any of that yet. Even on the Jack and Jill review or rant, I should say, because that was more of a rant than a review.
Oh yeah, Jack and Jill. Sorry, yeah.
Yeah,
that's what I meant.
even in the case of that film, most of the people were like, "Oh yeah, I definitely agree with you. This movie sucks," and agree with you. Pacino's probably the best thing in it. So yeah, hasn't really been too negative on anything. Yeah.
Yeah, no one's taking you to task for somebody else's work. Well, that's good. That's good. Yeah. Yeah, it's funny though. Sometimes I've talked about a video or talked about a film, and it's got quote unquote controversial themes, and people have I have had the odd comment where it's like, why are you even talking about this? And I've been a bit like, well, I'm not saying that this is my kind of I made the film, but I am saying that once you maybe look past some of these things and give it a chance, you might find other areas of it that are a little bit more palatable to you. It feels a little bit sometimes difficult to have an opinion without upsetting somebody, but ultimately that's just arguing about art is a bit crazy, isn't it? Because it's so subjective. So I'm sure there's films that you talk about on your channel that you absolutely love that other people can't stand. Would you say there was an actor or a type of, or a film or a particular genre of film that you're really into that other people have never really connected to? Or I mean, Bronson's pretty popular, but still, I know what you mean.
Yeah,
underrated in terms of a lot of people just go Death Wish and that's it.
Yeah, no, he's gotten a lot of popularity over the years with some fantastic physical media releases. So some great companies putting out finally some great classic Bronson films on a good edition and stuff nowadays. So now I'm guessing the spaghetti westerns that I'm into. I guess that's more like a niche genre that not everybody is into as much as I mean, I got 150 of the bloody things myself, and there's about 500 to 600 made. So there's quite a lot of them, and I have a lot of them, but not nearly everyone. But I'm a big avid fan of them. So yeah, I'm guessing that's one of the things that I love more than your average Joe, let's say. Yeah.
Yeah, I wonder if there was an upturn with Once Upon a Time in Hollywood when he goes off to Italy and starts making the
Rick Dalton.
Yeah, Rick Dalton. He starts going off and making all of his Italian westerns and things like that. Whether people were like, oh, I'm interested in seeing the real versions of these, so to speak. Yeah. Because when I was a kid, this is going to show my age. When I was a kid, cowboy wise, it was like TV shows like Bonanza and like Rawhide, mainly Bonanza. Mainly Bonanza for me, to be honest. I was Little Joe, and my granddad was Big Hoss, and we'd just run around shooting and playing and stuff. So people have nice attachments to cowboy films, but I feel like there was a big period of time until maybe Young Guns where it was off my radar for quite a bit. And it'd be interesting to see if spaghetti westerns have a big upturn at some point, maybe as and when they get sort of bigger releases or, boutique releases and things like that.
Yeah. Well, we're a step in the right direction. We just had the Dollars Trilogy released by Arrow Video on these boutique 4K collector's editions, which they pretty much already are qualifying for my release of the year so far. So that's, of course, personal bias maybe. But Now I'm just hoping that there's a boutique label that will get their hands on like Once Upon a Time in the West, or even Docu-Soccer by Sergio Leone, and especially Once Upon a Time in America, even though that's not a Western, but Once Upon a Time in America is just so epic that deserves a deluxe boutique treatment as well. Every Sergio Leone film does, because he's my favorite director. If you want to know about cinema, if you want to know about filmmaking, you just need to look at a single frame of a Leone film, and it will click. You will know exactly what cinema is all about.
Wow, that's a good sales pitch for watching him, definitely. So if people haven't checked out any Sergio Leone, that sounds like someone that they need to get on.
Here's the thing. There would not be a Tarantino without Sergio Leone, because Leone is Tarantino's favorite director as well. So there you go.
Yeah. That's what... It's interesting. I think there's definitely two types of people in terms of, like, I know somebody who will listen to a piece of music and the only thing that matters is if they like it or they don't like it. Whereas I'll listen to a piece of music and I'll be like, oh, that sounds a little bit like that because the producer did this with this person 6 years ago. And when they did that, and listening to all the different pieces and putting them together is part of the fun and part of the enjoyment. And I'm the same, and I'm sure you're the same with movies. Like, of course, that's why he wore his hat like that. It's a reference to this and this and this and this, and kind of putting all those things together. It always blows my mind when people are not interested in those things. They're literally just like, I like it or I don't like it. Do you think that, like, the kind of, as time goes on through your channel, you're kind of giving people little bits of information that maybe they just wouldn't have known beforehand about certain directors? Like, for example, there'll definitely be people who didn't know the link between Sergio Leone and Quentin Tarantino. What was it that got you started on finding out that kind of information? Like, how did you find it out?
Well, obviously, I was a big Sergio Leone fan pretty much, since my early teens when I saw Eastwood Dollars for the first time on TV, and then I subsequently watched the other films with Clint Eastwood, and like I said, Once Upon a Time in the West. Then I jumped to Once Upon a Time in America with De Niro, the big epic gangster film. And I sort of missed the one that Leone did in between, which is Docu-Soccer, also known as Fistful of Dynamite. That's where the confusion is, because there are a lot of titles for it. I prefer the original title, Once Upon a Time, The Revolution, because that ties it into the other Once Upon a Time films.
Right.
So that was with Rod Steiger and James Coburn, a great film as well. Caught up on that one later on. But I was like, damn it, if you look at, from The Good, the Bad, the Ugly onwards, right up until Once Upon a Time in the West, right up until Once Upon a Time in America, these are like masterpieces. These are like huge, giant epic. It's like they're 3 hours, 4 hours long, and they feel like you've been watching them for 90 minutes. And even to Sergio Leone's point, like, a film is only long if it bores you, right?
Yes.
A film that's
agreed.
3 hours can feel like 90 minutes, and a film that's 90 minutes can feel like 3 hours. It's just, it depends on so many factors. It's the pacing and all that stuff, but I love these Sergio Leone films. Yeah, and then in my teens, I also got into Tarantino, and then I'm a huge Tarantino geek. Like, I love pretty much every Tarantino film. I have all his films just right up here on the shelf. Even the extended cuts of some of his films, like Kill Bill. I have the whole bloody affair of that one, and got a bootleg Blu-ray of it. So it's the only way to get it. Got the extended cut of The Hateful Eight, because that's the only way to get it on bootleg as well. But also got the official edition, of course. No, big Leone geek and a big Tarantino geek, and obviously watching a lot of interviews with Tarantino, because obviously, luckily, he's still with us and he's still kicking and stuff. Like, he constantly mentions Leone, and especially The Good, the Bad, because that's Tarantino's favorite film of all time, which I can easily see because it's a masterpiece. But even if you look at
so do you pour over the extras and then?
Yeah, definitely the extras and just podcasts that he appears on, and even, like I said, if you look at Tarantino's work, like the big close-ups and stuff, that's taken straight from Leone, because that was Leone's his thing. It's like big close-ups followed by big wide shots and stuff. So yeah, Tarantino is definitely a prodigy, I guess, is the word of Sergio Leone. Yeah,
that's really interesting, because
and genres, but yeah, definitely Leone.
Yeah, because I often wonder how the information, how you get the information, in terms of, like, when I was a kid, you go to the library and get biographies out and read biographies. I used to love reading biographies of actors and directors. But then, like, there used to be a thing where you could go on, when the internet first was properly a thing, I could get codes to do Easter eggs on DVDs and find out extra stuff by pressing up, down, left, right on the thing and getting into the Easter eggs. But like, I remember IMDb being a big thing for me, like opening up my, like when it first sort of kicked off, where I think it's an Irish guy who set it up, and I was just like, oh my word, this is my thing where I can just follow these paths of information. I'm kind of interested in how your mind works when you want to find out stuff, or when you were younger and now, like, what do you do when you want to kind of get more information about a certain director or actor or something like that?
Yeah, I guess I've always been spoiled because obviously, you know, the way I first watched films is in the dying sort of era of VHS, like the last few years of VHS. We still have VHS in our household, but then as soon as we had DVDs, a lot of these DVDs and Blu-rays, they came with tons and tons of extras and making ofs and behind the scenes stuff and all these kind of supplementary features. So that's what I mainly go to first. It's like I always check out the special features of a film that I really, really love. And then I do also read a lot of books. Like recently, this will come up in my upcoming update that I just shot right before we record this. But I just picked up a book on, coincidentally, Sergio Leone by Sir Christopher Frayling. So yeah, this is also how I get a lot of information.
Yeah. Wow, that was was that one? It was kickstarted, that one, and I think. Or is that?
No,
am I thinking of a different one? No.
I think you're thinking of the Terence Hill Bud Spencer book. I think there's a Kickstarter for that going on.
Okay.
Let's see that.
Yeah. I've seen a few people who've kind of been posting pictures of that book. It looks like a beauty, an absolute beauty. So, I mean, do you think that kind of love and studiousness for certain things kind of helps you build a community with the people who watch your videos?
I hope so. Yeah, I mean, I just love, you know, picking up this stuff that on you know, films and subjects that I'm very interested in, and I love sharing that with people. And you know, hopefully people get something out of it, and hopefully there's also some people that are like, hey, that's a cool book that you just showed. Let me get that as well. And hey, you just mentioned a very obscure film. Let's check that film. That sounds interesting. So, yeah, it's one of those things. Yeah,
it's a thrill, isn't it? It's an exciting thing to sort of share something with somebody, and if they actually do engage with it, then it's amazing. Like you can only offer, but you're like, unless you go in full Clockwork Orange on somebody. But like it's pretty cool when somebody. In fact, I've got a film that I was going to send to you and say we should do a watch party on it, which is it's just a bonkers film. Like, I know we've done some bonkers films before, but yeah, this one is crazy. And I was like, I might even do 6 commentaries with 6 different people just to get their reaction on the same film.
Yeah, that's why I love doing the watch parties as well, because you got other people's opinions and takes on it as well. You got that interaction with the live chat, so that's always awesome. So yeah.
Yeah, totally.
People's different opinions about films. Yeah, it's great.
Do you find that like it's quite easy to be true to yourself and talk about the things that you're interested in? You've never been kind of tempted to go, oh, this is done really well, therefore I'll only focus on this and kind of follow a trend, like, or I mean, not that there's anything wrong with that, because it makes sense sometimes if you see something and people go, I really like this, can we have more? To go, yes, you can. So, like, has that ever been something that you've had to wrestle with in any way?
I guess I always try to like broaden my horizons, so to speak. Like obviously, some connections, some progressions are pretty natural. Like you go from Eastwood to Bronson, that's a natural progression because 2 tough guys. You go from Pacino to De Niro, that's a natural progression right there. Especially when it comes to actors and stuff. Let's see. No, with the genres, I guess, with spaghetti westerns and with giallos. I mean, I guess I really expanded my horizon there because that's a whole different ballpark of Italian genre. It's giallo and Eurocrime. Giallo, they're more like horror-oriented thrillers and stuff, like Dario Argento. Like I really got into those since I guess the pandemic. Already kind of a student of Italian film with spaghetti westerns, but then I was like, hey, the Italians also moved into these genres, like the Eurocrimes and the giallo. So I do always try to expand my horizon. I mean, I know what I like in a way, I know I love the Italian filmmaking and the spaghetti western, so I kind of had a feeling I would like the Italian filmmaking within the giallo genre. So it's kind of,
it's like
natural. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So I mean, you're not forcing it.
I know what I like and I know what I don't like. I mean, I know I'm not a big fan of musicals, so I will never go down a rabbit hole of tracking down like every single musical ever made in history, you know. So that's
like you did a video, you did a video on West Side Story or something, and then like it had like 2 million views, and then you'd be stuck going, right, okay, so all my videos from now on again.
No, I definitely stick to what I know I'm gonna like, and even if it's like blind buys or something I'm watching for the first time, it's usually with a 80 to 90% certainty that I'm gonna like it, if that makes sense. Like I wouldn't just pick anything up just because, you know. It's got to be something there. Yeah,
I know what you mean. I think that feels true to you, and I think that's probably the best approach to have, because otherwise, if you're chasing things, the things that you're chasing can sometimes change, can't they? So like you might go, oh, I've noticed that this is suddenly very popular. You do it, and then you're like, well, I don't even like it. I don't even like it myself. I'm just doing it because it's popular.
Definitely not that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just not. It's not going to work out well, really. You're going to have to stick to the things that you enjoy, because what's the point if you don't enjoy it?
Exactly. Yeah.
And like when it comes to the creative process, putting things together, whether it's mainly one of your videos, like the editing, the voiceover, or the scripting, or whatever it is that you do when you're making a video, because everyone's process is different. What part of that process is the most you, like the part of you that maybe enjoys it the most? Like what part do you enjoy the most, should I say?
So when it comes to when I do the reviews, like the Pacino reviews, those are scripted for the most part. Like I type down the script, I type down everything that I want to say about the film, and a huge portion of it I do in voiceover. But the thing that is most me is when it's just like this, when it's just me on camera talking to a screen. In this case, you're on it, but usually it's an empty screen. I just see myself when I do videos. That's where I'm most. I just kind of treat it like the camera is just all of you. It's just like I'm just talking to all of you. It's I guess I kind of never really been camera shy. I kind of can treat the camera as if the audience is already there without like really seeing anybody. If that makes sense. Yeah.
No, I get that totally. I get that. So when you're playing,
talking to the camera,
like when you're playing Red Dead and games like that, and
for example,
chat, it's a nice hangout. Like even for somebody who is an absolute, philistine when it comes to computer games now, like I still find them. I find lots of questions to ask you and interact with you and watch you play, and just it's just like a hangout, So
that's exactly how I treat it. It's a hangout, exactly. That's you hit it on the head right there. Yeah, that's exactly how I treat it.
Well, that works. Yeah, well, that works. I mean, it's good that you can put across what you're intending to do. Like sometimes you can kind of have a plan and go, oh, that didn't quite work. So if your channel was a person, how would you describe its personality? That's a good question.
All over the place. He will do Pacino one day, he'll do De Niro the other, he'll then do spaghetti westerns, he'll then do giallo. So he's all over the place. He's 1-1 Bronson, but he's also 1-1 Pacino. He's also 1-1 Cynthia Rothrock. He's also split personality disorder.
And they're all things that are like there's a kind of maybe there's a through line of kind of a visceral like kind of acting and films, where there's a kind of even if it's not an action film per se, there's kind of a bit of, for want of a better phrase, like a bit of balls to them, like whether it's the actor involved or the way or the type of film that you're watching. It's kind of things that people can really get into, because it's like, oh man, like remember when Bronson did this, or when Clint Eastwood said that, and it's like kind of I think there's definitely a link there, but I can't quite put words to it.
Yeah.
So when you're doing videos and when you're putting things together, like how do you continue to be motivated, in terms of like, sometimes I'll put something out and think it's absolutely brilliant and it doesn't connect in the way that something where I've kind of not, it's a bit shorter or a bit easier to make and it has connected. Sometimes these things do play on my mind. How do you deal with motivation with YouTube? Because obviously there is a commitment there, isn't there? They're like, you do want to do a good job, so it does take time.
Yeah, there's definitely that. The thing is, I always just, whenever I got an idea entering my brain, and there's a lot, there's more ideas in my brain than I got time to do them. Actually, that's but no, when I just commit myself to one of these things, I'm just like, okay, just do the best job you can. Just be clear, when you do the voiceovers for your reviews and all that stuff. Make them as short and to the point as possible. That's what I try to do with reviews. I try to keep them like around the 10-minute mark. For review, I think that's more than plenty. There's been a few where I went over, like Scarface, because that's my favorite film of all time. Obviously, I went a little overboard with that one. I went to 20 minutes for that one, but I guess people can sense my passion for it, so I guess it's all right for that one. Then there was Angels in America, which is like a 6-hour miniseries that Pacino did. Well, I couldn't cover all of that in 10 minutes, so that went a little longer. Other than that, I try to just keep them concise and informative to the point. And once it's done, it's just like, okay, it's done. There's no looking back for me. It's like I put them on there, whether they do good, whether they do bad, it doesn't matter. They're on there, and they will be there until YouTube servers go down, I guess, because I won't have to release content.
Well, that's a good approach to have. Yeah, that's a really good approach.
I don't really look at like the analytics. I don't really look at all that stuff. It's like some videos, it's amazing anyway, because some videos they do like thousands of views. Another video does like barely 10 or whatever. Well, that might be a little little undershooting it, but you know what I mean, right? It's
no, I know exactly what you mean. Like I've literally had that. Like, yeah, I've had ones that have like 9 viewers, and then I had a couple that had like 100,000, and it was like, I'll be honest, the one that was 9 views took a hell of a lot more work than the other one. So yeah, I don't know what that says really. Probably nothing. Probably better having your approach to it really, and just not thinking about it in terms of the analytics side of it, and just focus on the creative side of it, and like it's out there in the world. I just always look ahead to the next thing instead of looking back and like, that video didn't do well. Why? I don't really ponder those things. It's just like, okay, move on to the next thing. Yeah, I like that. That's good. That. So before we go into kind of a silly direction, is there anything? Because I sometimes forget this at the end. Is there anything like coming up on the channel for people who have listened to us talk about your channel? I feel like it's better to do it now before we talk about bodily fluids and all kinds of crazy stuff. Is there anything coming up on the channel that you think people need to know about that kind of that would be a good place? Now would be a good place to kind of tell people a little bit more about what's coming up on 101 Bronson. And while we're doing that, I'm going to put a little link up on the screen.
Okay, there we go. Well, sooner than people might think, I'm going to be doing my season 4 already of Pacino reviews. I already did 3 seasons of Pacino reviews, and I left off in 2012 with stand-up guys. So I'm going to be doing Pacino reviews from 2013 all the way up until this year that we're currently in, 2025. So I'm going to be wrapping up the Pacino reviews. I'm going to probably be doing a different actor or a different genre or director, whatever. Again, there's plenty of ideas there. But yeah, Pacino is going to be next as another batch of reviews. I'm going to be doing my Red Dead Redemption 2 playthrough soon as well, because I just finished Red Dead Redemption, the first one. I might do Red Dead Redemption Undead Nightmare in between, like the DLC where you shoot some zombies in the Wild West, which is a lot of fun. Might do that in between. It's pretty quick to get through. So that's coming up. There's always some live streams and watch parties coming up. On the day we're recording this, I'm going to be joining Gareth later on in the evening for a Steven Seagal watch party, which it's luckily it's a 90s Seagal, so it's still a decent watchable Seagal.
Pre-Voodoo Priest, yeah.
Exactly. So yeah, there's always stuff like that going on. Watch parties, live streams, playthroughs of video games. So Pacino reviews. So and a monthly collection update. We do a monthly collection video. Well, again every month. So I got the next one coming up probably after this as well.
There's so much on there, and I am currently a member of your channel, so I would recommend other people to get involved and have a good look at that as well. I'm currently a full Tash Bronson, so yeah, that's really cool. And yeah, so there's so much to take in there, and so much going on. And people, you'd be a fool not to get involved. A damn fool.
A fool.
Exactly, yeah. A fool who doesn't subscribe to 101 Bronson. So let's just break this down a little bit, literally, and then we'll come right back. And we're back. That was so quick. It was amazing. Yeah, so for your danger now, I've actually got two
He's got two
questions.
He's got two.
This one is the would you rather ones, and these ones are the 1,000 emergency questions. And as I've found out, there are some questions that are for ending conversations, and that's usually the ones that are right near the end. So
yes, I've noticed.
Yeah. So people always go 999. I'm like, it's not a good one. So I would say limit yourself to up around maybe 990, and anything from 1 to 990 is it's your choice. There is no limits. No limits.
Yeah, unlimited. So I gotta just pick a number then. Okay.
Yeah.
Number 2 is always a good number. I mean, I was born on February 2nd, so that's 2 2s. So yeah.
Perfect. So you're gonna hate this. So if you had to have sex with an animal, if you had to, what animal would you have sex with and why? Now, the example is that there is an animal called an okapi or an octopi, and from behind it looks like a lady wearing zebra print trousers, and it's also got a surprisingly long tongue. If you had to, you don't have to answer this one. I genuinely don't have an answer.
What animal? Well, I guess I would go on a James Bond route and go for an octopushy.
Yeah, you got some pushy galore.
Pushy galore. Just from eight pushes. Yeah.
I think that's the best possible answer you could have given without.
Yeah, let's leave it at that. Yeah.
yeah. Let's move on swiftly.
Let's even ignore that it wasn't Sean Connery in Octopussy, but Roger Moore. Yeah, that's.
Yeah. We'll just gloss over the whole question.
Yeah.
Okay, going. What have we got next?
Well, I'm 101 Bronson. Let's go to number 101. Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
Why did I not think of that myself? Okay. What was there, and this could be a celebrity or a real person, what was your most devastating unrequited teenage crush?
Ooh, that's a good one. Teenage crush. I guess, well, I guess there have been plenty in real life, but if we're just talking celebrity crushes, still waiting.
I was going to say mine, my real life ones. I don't really want to go into.
Yeah, that's going deep. I guess on a celebrity level, I never really got a response from Pam Grier. So
Pamela Grier. Yeah, never got back to you. I remember really liking a character from the TV show Neighbours when I was a kid. And I was a little bit older. Hang on, we'll be right back after this. Boom, we're back. And
we're back.
Yeah, that was seamless, wasn't it? That was absolutely seamless, and it definitely wasn't because the postman was here. So,
Woe springs twice. Yeah,
that's what I've heard. In this case, they didn't ring at all. That was the problem. The dog went.
Oh, there you
go. They just left it on the front step. So had we finished the 101 question?
I think so. Yeah.
I think we had, hadn't we? Yeah, we had.
I never heard anything from Miss Pamela Greer. Never heard anything from Miss Pamela Anderson. So yeah.
Yeah. Any of the Pamelas? Yeah.
Yeah.
Pamelas.
Pretty much all of them. Yeah.
Yeah. I was going to go into some of mine, but it'd be too long a list. Okay. Let's go for another one. Let's do a couple more from this tome.
Okay. Let's think of a good number. 120.
120. Okay. What is the most annoying thing that people can say to you?
You want the short answer?
I don't know. Whatever you want. I find that's quite a difficult question.
That's the most annoying thing. Yeah, that is a very good one, actually.
Yeah.
I guess there's not too much that would upset me other than just straight up insults, but
yeah, well, that's it. Yeah, that would be more than annoying. That'd be like inciting.
Yeah, exactly.
Turn me to violence.
That would be me turning into Bronson. Yeah.
Yeah, go full Bronson.
full Taj Bronson.
Yeah. Oh man, I guess from my point of view, the most irritating thing somebody could say would be like to kind of, I can only think of stuff in my everyday life, would be to tell me to do something that they don't do themselves. Like a kind of like for me, fairness is a big thing. So someone's just like, well, why don't you do this? And I'm like, well, you don't do it. That is always kind of is a good way of getting my goat and making me pissed off.
Kind of the same.
Yeah.
Fairness. Yeah, let's go for that. I'm definitely that's a bugbear of mine as well. Now that you mention it. Yeah.
Ah, good. We've nailed it down. Now we actually have to do something about it.
Yeah.
Rather than Okay. Next question, my friend.
A lot of people go for 69, but
they do.
Some of my favorite films came out in 66. The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, and Django, the original Django. So let's go for 66.
Oh, okay. 66, yeah?
Yes.
Okay. If you were in Groundhog Day, and what would be the worst crime that you would commit, knowing that when you woke up, it would have almost certainly not have happened?
Ooh. That's a good one.
This is like, it made me think of The Purge.
Yeah, it'd be just you can go rob some banks, whatever. Even there's not really much use robbing banks anymore because hard currency is kind of going away. But you can do whatever. You've got Groundhog Day. It's like a free pass, so it's
Yeah, I mean, in a way, he stays within a very confined space in the film, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Like
he doesn't really get to leave the town much. Yeah.
Not like what's over there. I guess that's part of the conceit of the film, Matthew. So I need to shut up about it. So
I love the film, though. It's a great film.
Yeah, it is a great film. Very rarely do you get a film where a punch gets such a big laugh as well.
Yeah.
The timing on a punch is pretty amazing. Okay, let's do another one.
Let's see. 97.
97.
I was born in 1997, so it must be a good one.
Oh my word! Don't say that to me. I would be looking at number 79. So right, 97. Ooh, okay. So if you had to go out with a vampire, a werewolf, a leprechaun, or Shrek, which of those creatures would you go out? Yeah, and it says a Shrek, which like a Shrek is a type of thing. But anyway, a vampire, a werewolf, a leprechaun, or a Shrek. Which of them would you go out with, and where would you take them?
Would it be a female vampire?
It's your world, your choice. So yeah, it could be a female.
Definitely a hot female vampire, like a goth chick. Yeah.
Oh, so like a kind of like a Blade kind of situation, maybe with the club,
I guess.
And all, or would you just go out, just the two of you?
Yeah, you would definitely. If it's a vampire, you would have to go out to somewhere dark, because they don't really take to sunlight that much. So you definitely
That's
dark
true. Yeah,
nightclub, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, like, let's not go to the beach.
Yeah, you don't want to take them to the beach, no.
Yeah, just slap your factor 1,000 on and a big hat. Yeah, I think I'd. I don't know. I'd like to spend a bit of time, but it says go out with, so it makes it sound romantic. But I'd like to maybe, I'd like to see a leprechaun and have a chat with a leprechaun, or Warwick Davis, like the leprechaun from Leprechaun movies, maybe like the Warwick Davis one. But I guess he'd get irritating though, wouldn't he? Like you'd just be like, just knock it off, like stop.
Yeah,
you're too much. A vampire would be like I say, if it's a female vampire, could be sexy vampire. A Shrek. I don't know if there's a sexy Shrek. Even Princess Fiona's not really a sexy.
Even Fiona
Shrek.
Isn't really. Yeah, I was gonna say. Yeah.
Werewolf, bit too hairy for my liking.
Yeah.
So yeah. Okay. All right. So for me, I've narrowed it down to leprechaun or vampire. Okay, we'll do a couple more from here, and then we'll do some would you rathers.
Okay. So think of just a random number. 207.
The hardest thing is choosing a number, I think. People find that choosing a number really difficult. It's like 1 to 1,000, choose a number. I don't like being put on the spot either. So, okay. What is your favourite type of food that is named after a place? The Chelsea bun is pretty good, for example.
Ooh. That's a good one.
See, I like Gouda cheese, but I don't know if Gouda is a place.
It is in the Netherlands, yeah.
Oh right! Oh wow! Perfect answer.
So yeah, let's go for that. Yeah, some Dutch right. There we go. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's so weird that I said that. I for some reason I thought it was Spanish.
Yeah, Gouda is how we say it here, but yeah.
Oh, Gouda, right. Oh, maybe I was thinking of Manchego cheese. Yeah. My name is Manchego cheese. And I always feel like it's a good gangster name. So yeah, Gouda. Do you like Gouda then, or?
Sure, let's go with that. Yeah, some Dutch pride. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, why not? What are the Dutch? I only can think of fries and mayonnaise.
Yeah, we drown them in mayonnaise. I'm not a big mayonnaise guy myself, but yeah, it's one of the things we do here. Yeah. Just like Bronson, I don't like mayonnaise. Yeah.
Yeah, interesting. I'm trying to think of it. Welsh cakes, I'm not a big fan of. Sorry, Gareth. What else have we got? There's Eccles cakes, part of Manchester. Again, they just tend to be fruity things. Like tend to have things in like raisins and sultanas in that are named after places in England. Chelsea buns, Welsh cakes, Eccles cakes. Bakewell tart. That's nice. A Bakewell tart is good. That's not got any fruit in it, other than you put a cherry on top. So yeah, I think I'll go for Bakewell tart, but cheese, lots of cheese, double Gloucester, red Leicester, apple. I was just Applewood smoke, but Applewood isn't a place. it's a going back to a cowboy. It's a ranch, the Applewood Ranch.
There you go.
Okay,
the Applewood Ranch. Yeah.
It does sound like it would make it a great ranch.
Yeah, it does.
Okay,
yeah.
let's have another. Let's move on from food before I get too hungry.
Let's see. Let's go with a nice round number 50.
50. You've done well at choosing ones that other people have not. Okay. If you were given the powers of King Midas, but you could not turn everything into gold, you could turn it into something else. What would you turn it into? So it's something else.
So not gold. Could I turn everything into money? It's just regular currency?
Yeah, why not? It's your world, your choice. I mean, so everything. So this is an example one. everything I touch turn into the thing that it already is. That's rubbish. But holding or covered in diamonds, which then you could have.
Ooh.
So
Yeah, I
like
like the sound.
yeah, so
yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. So like because the worry is like you go to the bathroom and you turn your ding dong into money.
Yeah, that wouldn't. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of like that one with a caveat. It turns into what it is, but then it just adds an extra layer or something, I guess. So I'll probably go with that answer. It would just turn into whatever it already is. So I touch my phone, it stays, it remains my phone, but just shoots out a few dollar bills or whatever. So maybe something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
shoots out some diamonds, whatever. Yeah. I like that.
Yeah, I have to think. Yeah, it's one of those where a little bit of extra thought would go a long way. Because otherwise you become like a moral to a story.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're like, you shouldn't have touched that because now your bum is gold.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
The man with the golden ass.
Again, I feel like that's a film waiting to be made, but maybe not one that we could get monetized on YouTube. Okay, we'll do one more of these. I think we'll do one more.
Okay, 72.
72. Okay, so the answer to this is like none. Then we'll do 71. Okay. So, was there any impressive celebrities that either came to or went to your school?
Oh no. Definitely not. No.
Okay, I have one, and he's not really famous, so I'm not even gonna go into that. So 71 then. Okay, if you had to be killed in a natural disaster, which one would you choose? So, for example, would you throw yourself into a volcanic eruption, or or would you want to be in a wind-related one? Well, you know what.
Yeah, definitely wouldn't want to be in a tsunami or like a flood or whatever. So, yeah, drowning, I think, is pretty much like one of the worst ways to go. It's like you just run out of air, and it's like, no, it's
that's a nightmare.
Burning to death is pretty bad as well. But I mean, I guess when you just jump into like some lava or whatever, I guess it will be quick there because that's really, I think, hard. So, maybe like a volcanic one then, or like just something like that.
Yeah, like that story about the guy who refused to leave his home. And it was like the big eruption. I'm trying to remember what he was called, but it was fascinating. And he was just like, "It's not going to happen. I know this place inside out." And everyone was evacuated, and he would not go. And somebody was said, one of the examples then was like if you get covered in lava, just to do like a stupid pose so that you'll be remembered forever. Like everybody will take photos of it.
Yeah, I would just the Terminator 2 way. I would just lower myself into the hot lava or hot steel and just give a thumbs up. Yeah.
Yeah. I just go, I regret nothing. I regret everything in my case. Okay, so we'll do some would you rathers now. So there's no numbers to these, so I'll just if you just say stop, and then whenever you want me to stop. Okay.
All right. Stop.
Oh, sorry. All right. Oh my word! It's exactly the same one that Larry got. That's so weird. Right, I'm not going to do that one because I'll do it different. I'll do it again.
Stop.
All right. Oh, okay.
I guess there's a bit of delay, but
that one was like the introduction to the book. So I'll do number one. I'll do the first one. Okay.
Yeah.
So, would you rather have a sense of smell that could travel in time, i.e., you could smell any environment from the past or future, or have a free pineapple delivered to your door every day for the rest of your life?
I do like me some pineapples, so I guess I go with that one.
Okay, so to add to the smell one before your final choice, you would be able to smell things in the past and the future, but you wouldn't be able to interact with any of them. So, for example, if you wanted to, you could smell King Henry VIII's fart. but or like somebody from the future cooking a meal or something. I don't know. But the pineapple delivery service would be able to find you wherever you are in the world. It would be with you every morning at 7 o'clock.
Well, they will be in front of a closed door because I'm never up at 7.
Well, it does say that, though. It'll be left outside your door and you won't be disturbed or woken up. So every morning, 7 o'clock, pineapple.
That's no worries. Yeah, I'll go for that one. Yeah. Because as much as I love westerns, I don't want to smell how it was in the West. I can pretty much imagine how it would smell in the Old West.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, like the latrine or whatever, like the wooden outhouses.
Or just like the muddy towns with all the mud and stuff. It's
Yeah, I'm very sensitive to smell, and I don't think I would. Yeah, I don't. If certain smells really upset me, so the idea of like just randomly smelling something from 100 years ago, I think I'm going for the pineapple.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, there's lots of benefits for pineapples. Can't go wrong. They're not going to get damage left on your step. They don't go off very quickly. Yeah, we're going for pineapple. Yeah. Okay, we've got time for one more, my friend. Are you ready?
All right.
Let's go.
And stop.
Okay. This will take a bit of explaining. Are you aware of what MFI is?
MFI? Well, I don't think it's what I'm thinking, so.
No, so it's... I don't even know if they're still around, so this is maybe quite an old book. MFI is like a hardware store, like a big hardware store in the UK. We have like B&Q, MFI. Basically, you can buy anything for your house from there. So, okay, the question is, would you rather work for MI5 or MFI? And why?
So the British Secret Service or a hardware store?
Yeah.
Well, I guess you know the answer with me being a big Bond fan, so
I do.
Yeah. MI5, yeah.
I'm too scared. I'd work for the hardware store. Oh man, yeah. How do you think you'd fare as an agent?
Well, it got to be better than Bond. I mean, he uses his real name all the time. It's like, how the hell is he a spy? He just uses his, my name is Bond, James Bond, all the time. It's like, have you ever thought of an alias? Have you ever thought of changing your preference of drink? Like, everybody knows your name is James Bond. Everybody knows you drink vodka martinis, shaken not stirred. Everybody knows you drive an Aston Martin. It's not really conspicuous, is it? Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. There's a lot to think about there in terms of how poorly he does his job. Also, I don't know about sleeping with all these women on the job. It's a great perk and everything, but it might be against the rules. And the bosses just seem to let it slide.
Sometimes you need information as a spy, so you gotta pump the information out of people, but
yeah, literally, yeah, that's true. I guess as well, if I'm like meeting Ana de Armas and in a bar somewhere, I'm not going to be like, sorry, I'm on duty.
Definitely not. No.
Yeah, I mean, obviously I am, because I was going to say there's no way my wife's listening to this. It makes no difference. So, Jeff, it has been an absolute delight chatting to you. We have answered some of the world's most pressing questions about pineapples and groundhogs and things like that. And also, I feel that people have got a really good understanding of your channel. So, thanks so much for joining us. It has been, like I say, an absolute pleasure. If people know where to get hold of your channel, we've had it on the screen. And I'm sure you'll be happy for people reaching out and commenting on your videos and in your community and just getting involved.
Yeah.
Awesome. And we know what's coming up. You've already told us what's coming up. So I'm looking forward to that as well. And hopefully we'll do a couple of things together as well. I've got an absolutely horrendous movie that I must share. I must share with you. So Jeff, thanks very much.
Sound a little bit like Ivan Drago there. I must share this instead of I must break you. I must share this. Yeah.
I must break your will. I'll send it to you in a moment, and you'll be like, "No." All right.
We'll take a look.
Thanks so much, Jeff. Cheers.
Thanks for having me.
You're very welcome. Bye.